Welcome friends. In this session, we describe inverse trigonometric and hyperbolic functions in terms of logarithms. That is, inverse trigonometric and hyperbolic functions can be described in terms of logarithms. To define the inverse sine function, that is sine inverse set, we write W is equal to sine inverse set when z is equal to sine W. That is, W is equal to sine inverse set when z is equal to e raised to iw minus e raised to minus iw by 2i. Equation number 1. Now, 1 is 2iz is equal to e raised to iw minus 1 by e raised to iw and gives e raised to iw square minus 2i into z into e raised to iw minus 1 is equal to 0, which is quadratic equation in e raised to iw. Solving for e raised to iw, we get e raised to iw is equal to iz plus 1 minus z square raised to 1 by 2, equation number 2, where 1 minus z square whole raised to 1 by 2 is of course a double valued function of z. Taking logarithms on both sides of 2, we get iw is equal to log iz, that is log iz plus 1 minus z square whole raised to 1 by 2. Hence, sine inverse z is equal to w, which is equal to 1 by I log iz plus 1 minus z square raised to 1 by 2. That is, sine inverse z is equal to minus I into log iz plus 1 minus z square raised to 1 by 2, equation number 3. In a similar way, cos inverse z is equal to minus I log iz plus z square minus 1 raised to 1 by 2. Note that the function sine inverse z, cos inverse z and tan inverse z are multiple valued. When specific branches of the square root and logarithmic functions are used, all three inverse functions become single valued and analytic. Example, putting z is equal to minus I in equation number 3, we have sine inverse of minus I is equal to minus I log 1 plus or minus root 2. That is by putting z is equal to minus I. But 1 plus root 2 is equal to 1 plus root 2 into e raised to I0. And 1 minus root 2 is equal to root 2 minus 1 into e raised to I pi. So, logarithm of 1 plus root 2 is equal to, it is ln 1 plus root 2 plus what 2n pi I, where this n varies from 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. And also log 1 minus root 2. This is equal to ln root 2 minus 1 plus 2n plus 1 into pi I. Here also n varies from 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. Using the properties of natural logarithm, ln root 2 minus 1 is equal to ln 1 by 1 plus root 2, which is equal to minus ln 1 plus root 2. and hence the numbers minus 1 raised to n ln 1 plus root 2 plus n pi I, where n varies from 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc., constitute the set of values of log 1 plus or minus root 2. Thus, sin inverse minus I is equal to n pi plus I into minus 1 raised to n plus 1 ln 1 plus root 2, where n is equal to 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 etc. Next, we have some derivatives. The first one is d by dz of sine inverse set. D by dz of sine inverse set, which is equal to 1 by 1 minus z square whole raised to 1 by 2. Similarly, the next one is of course d by dz of cos inverse set. It is equal to minus 1 by 1 minus z square whole raised to 1 by 2. Again we have d by dz of what? Tan inverse set, which is equal to 1 by 1 plus z square. Inverse hyperbolic functions can be treated in a corresponding manner. It turns out that sin h inverse z is equal to, that is sin h inverse z is equal to logarithm of z plus z square plus 1 whole raised to 1 by 2. Similarly, cos h inverse z is equal to log z plus z square minus 1 whole raised to 1 by 2, and tan h inverse z is equal to 1 by 2 log 1 plus z by 1 minus z. So, next we have separation into real and imaginary parts. For that, first we have an example, that is separate into real and imaginary parts the quantity sin inverse of cos theta plus I sin theta, where theta is real. Sin inverse of cos theta plus I sin theta. Here we have to separate the real and imaginary part. Here theta is real. Let sin inverse cos theta plus I sin theta as x plus iy. It has x plus iy. So that cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to, we can write cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to sin x plus yi, which is equal to, now we can expand this as sin x cos yi, it is of the form sin a plus b form, it is sin x cos yi plus cos x sin yi, which is equal to sin x cos hy, it is sin x cos hy plus I into cos x sin hy. Hence, sin x cos hy is equal to cos theta mark it as equation number 1, and cos x sin hy, which is equal to sin theta. equation number 2. And squaring and adding, we have 1 is equal to, squaring adding we have 1 is equal to sin square x cos h square y plus cos square x sin h square y, which is equal to, we can take sin square outside, that is sin square x into 1 plus sin h square y plus cos square x into sin h square y. It is again which is equal to what? That is 1 is equal to sin square x plus sin h square y. Hence, sin h square y is equal to cos square x. Hence, from 2 we have cos square x is equal to sin theta. Assuming sin theta to be positive. Therefore, since x is to lie between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, we have cos x is equal to plus square root of sin theta. From this we can write cos x is equal to plus square root of sin theta. That is, here we have cos square x is equal to sin theta. So, it is cos x is equal to plus square root of sin theta. Hence, we can write x is equal to what? Cos inverse square root of sin theta. The equation 2 then gives sin hy plus, sin hy is equal to plus square root of sin theta, that is plus square root of sin theta. So, that e raised to 2y minus 2 e raised to y into square root of sin theta is equal to 1, a quadratic for e raised to y. Hence, we can write e raised to y is equal to, which is equal to square root of sin theta plus square root of 1 plus sin theta. That is, e raised to y is equal to square root of sin theta plus square root of 1 plus sin theta. That is, from this we can write y is equal to log square root of sin theta plus square root of 1 plus sin theta. That is, y is equal to logarithm of square root of sin theta plus square root of 1 plus sin theta. Next, we have to separate the real and imaginary part of the expression tan inverse x plus iy. Next one is tan inverse. We have to separate the real and imaginary part of this function first, and also express tan inverse x plus iy also. Let tan inverse x plus iy is equal to a plus ib. Then tan a plus ib is equal to x plus iy. Here we have tan inverse. So, tan a plus ib is equal to x plus iy. Here we have tan inverse. So, taking this into this side, we have tan a plus ib is equal to x plus iy. And also tan a minus ib is equal to x minus iy. Hence, tan 2a is equal to tan a plus ib plus a minus ib. I can write tan 2a is equal to, by using the identity, it is equal to tan a plus ib plus tan a minus ib divided by 1 minus, using our formula, 1 minus tan a plus ib into tan a minus ib. 1 minus tan a plus ib into tan a minus ib, which is equal to, I have tan a plus ib is equal to x plus iy and tan a minus ib is equal to x minus iy. Substituting this, we get it is x plus iy plus tan a minus b, it is x minus iy divided by 1 minus x plus iy into x minus iy. So, it becomes 2x by 1 minus x square minus y square. Real part of the given expression, a is equal to 1 by 2 tan inverse 2x by 1 minus x square by y square. Similarly, tan I2b is equal to tan a plus ib minus a minus ib. That is, similarly here we can write tan I tan h of 2b, which is equal to tan a plus ib minus tan a minus ib by 1 plus tan a plus ib into tan a minus ib. Same equation, same expression, that is x plus iy minus x minus iy divided by 1 plus x plus iy into x minus iy. On simplification, we get, which is equal to I2y, mere multiplication. On simplification, we get I2y by 1 plus x square plus y square. That is, imaginary part of the given expression b is equal to 1 by 2 tan h inverse 2y by 1 plus x square plus y square. Next, we have to prove I raised to I is equal to e raised to minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2. I raised to I is equal to e raised to minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2. Here, let x is equal to I raised to I. Then we have log x is equal to I log I. That is, we are taking x is equal to I raised to I. So, taking logarithm on both sides, we have log x is equal to I log I. Mark it as equation number 1. Now, I is equal to cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2, which we can write as, I is equal to cos 2n pi plus pi by 2 plus I sin 2n pi plus pi by 2. This is equal to what? Cos 4n plus 1 pi by 2 plus I sin 4n plus 1 pi, not like this, pi by 2. That is cos 4n plus 1 pi by 2 plus I sin 4n plus 1 pi by 2. Putting these values of I in 1, we get log x is equal to, in this equation number 1, we get what? Log x is equal to I into log, that is, we are substituting for this I we are substituting this one, that is cos 4n plus 1 pi by 2 plus I sin 4n plus 1 pi by 2. That is log x is equal to I into log cos 4n plus 1 pi by 2 plus I sin 4n plus 1 pi by 2. 4n plus 1 pi by 2, which is equal to, now this can be simplified as, which is equal to I log e raised to I into 4n plus 1 pi by 2. E raised to I into 4n plus 1 pi by 2. Here we have e raised to I into 4n plus 1 pi by 2, which is equal to, close the bracket, which is equal to I into I times 4n I into I times 4n plus 1 into pi by 2. Here we have this I into I times 4n plus 1 pi by 2, which is equal to minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2. That is I into I, we know it is minus 1. So, it is minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2. That is I raised to I is equal to e raised to minus 4n plus 1 pi by 2. So, here we have discussed inverse trigonometric and hyperbolic functions. Hope you enjoy the session. See you next time. Till then, take care.